Maceo. We have the second leg of the Concacaf Nations League play-in between Cuba and St. Kitts and Nevis. Happy to have you with us. Jack Edwards here with you in the broadcast booth. These two nations playing for a spot in the 2025 Concacaf Gold Cup prelims, and they're coming off a previous meeting just a couple days ago on November 14th. St. Kitts and Nevis hosting that one at the St. Kitts and Nevis Technical Center, and the home side coming away with a 2-1 win, heading in now to leg number 2. We can tell you about that previous meeting between these two sides. Romain Sawyers opening the scoring in the 8th minute, a good cut back to get St. Kitts and Nevis on the board first. Luis Paradella equalizing with a really excellent rifled shot just before halftime, sent the sides into the break level at 1, but an Andre Burley header off of a free kick took the lead, I should say, 2-1 in the 48th minute. That's how they saw things out. Importantly, on a Cuba front, Orlando Calvo was sent off in the 93rd minute. He'll be unavailable for the second leg, this one for the home side, Cuba, looking to get themselves back into the tie. Of course, away goals a factor, one of those for Cuba. We'll see if that plays a role in our match this afternoon. We'll be getting going around 2 p.m. local time, which should be a fantastic match between these two sides, Cuba, St. Kitts, and Nevis. Looking at how the CONCACAF Nations League has gone up to this point for these two teams, Cuba in League A, heading down after getting just 3 points, courtesy of 3 draws in League A, Group B. St. Kitts and Nevis, on the other hand, in their 4 matches, a very impressive 3 wins and 1 draw, contributing to 10 points as they advance themselves out of League C, advancing themselves now into League B. Of course, that previous meeting means that the slight favorite entering this one might be the visiting St. Kitts and Nevis. We'll see how the match ends up playing out between number 143 in the nation, St. Kitts and Nevis, the visitors, number 166 for Cuba, historically holding the advantage in these head-to-head meetings between these two nations. Previous to that matchup on November 14th, it was only Cuba who had seen victory, wins in a Gold Cup qualifier in 1998 and a Caribbean Cup match in 1999 before a draw in a Caribbean Cup match in 2001 were the only previous meetings before they met just 4 days ago, and they have a chance now for match number 5 in this match here today. Should be a good one on tap between these two sides. There'll be some changes for both groups with a quick turnaround. Same opponents, a lot of different changes though potentially with the personnel. We'll tell you about those and the lineups that are soon to come. We'll take a moment as national anthems are coming up at Estadio Antonio Maceo.
Muy buenas tardes, damas y caballeros. Bienvenidos a la Liga de Naciones CONCACAF 2024-2025. CONCACAF le da la bienvenida a todos los fanáticos del fútbol internacional a la jornada de hoy entre las selecciones de St. Kitts and Nevis y Cuba. Damas y caballeros, les solicitamos ponerse de pie para escuchar las notas nacionales del himno de St. Kitts and Nevis. Damas y caballeros, les solicitamos mantenerse de pie para escuchar las notas del himno nacional de Cuba.
Anthems are down moments away from kickoff between Cuba and St. Kitts and Nevis in our 2024-25 Concacaf Nations League play-in match this afternoon. Lineup first off for Cuba. 4 changes made after that first leg match just 4 days ago. Elvis, Casanova, Pedro Bravo, Michael Camejo, and Karel Perez, the 4 players that enter the lineup. We see at the bottom in number 23, Luis Paradella scored the lone goal in that 2-1 defeat against St. Kitts and Nevis just 4 days ago. A chance now in the return leg to try and establish things further in the match today. Here are your match officials for this game this afternoon. Ivan Barton is the head official of this 4-man group between these 2 teams. See Giuliani Archibald, the captain for St. Kitts and Nevis, on the right side of your screen. They're coming off that 2-1 win, the first ever win against Cuba in that game just a few days ago. You imagine that they have the slightly favored team to advance with that slim 1-goal margin. The away goal, the thing that Cuba took away, there was that red card, of course, for Orlando Calva that they have to factor in, making that change at right back. We'll see what the group looks like in the match today. Paradella and Archibald with the officials, and now we can look at the St. Kitts and Nevis lineup. Coming off, of course, that 2-1 win, they are making just 2 changes under Austin Huggins, Tiquani Williams, and Raheem Hanley, both coming into the side, likely on the left side of this 4-4-2 shape. Hanley likely to start in left back. Tiquani Williams, the leading scorer in Concacaf Nations League play with 9 goals, likely to start in that left mid role. Just the 5th all-time meeting between these sides. Historically, Cuba enjoyed the better end of things. 2 wins, a draw, and a defeat. Of course, that defeat, though, the most recent meeting. That one, the most recent after, before that, a 2001 meeting in the Caribbean Cup. That one, a 1-1 draw between the nations. And the all-green kits are going to be the visitors, St. Kitts and Nevis. Heading from left to right across your screen in the red and blue, the blue across the chest, red across the rest, are going to be Cuba. We have our first whistle, and Cuba get us underway, heading from right to left. Jack Edwards with you in the broadcast booth for our second leg, as St. Kitts and Nevis enter the day with a 2-1 lead on aggregate. Clever touch from Williams, getting right involved in the action within 30 seconds. He wants some options as he goes into the area, loses his dribble, and in the end, Ismael Morgado gets another nod in between the sticks for Cuba, picks up the loose ball. Turned over, won back again by St. Kitts and Nevis. Mitchum rolls that ball back. Here's Mervyn Lewis. Worked along Malik Roberts. Low ball forward. Clever first time ball. St. Kitts and Nevis work it from right to left. It's going to be a foul. Strong hold-up play from the forward for St. Kitts and Nevis, and it's going to be a free kick, a first chance from a set piece. Visiting side scored their second goal in the first leg, courtesy of a free kick from the left-hand side of the field. It was nodded home by center back Andre Burley. This one a bit of a deeper position, as both Amari Sterling James and Tyrese Shade took an interest, and it's going to be Sterling James, a player who will take this free kick. Sterling James, free kick into the area, dangerous delivery, headed away by Pedro Bravo. In the end, an overhead kick from Camejo pushes it upfield. Maybe a chance now in transition. Good interception on that pass. Mitchum coming across. Strong challenge, but preceding it was a foul from behind. Referee trying to play advantage, and it's a free kick right in the center circle for St. Kitts and Nevis. Nelis Castillo looking on for a Cuban side that is trying to come from behind, advance to the prelims for the 2025 Gold Cup. Disappointing group phase in the Nations League. A chance to turn it around and keep the qualification process going. They enter the day down 2-1. Bit of an underhit pass, forces a strong challenge. Williams keeping the press going. Good footwork from Ronel Hernandez. Morejon moves it along. First attack now for Cuba. In the end, diligent defensive work. Tight ropes that line between a bit of physicality that turns into a foul and just the right amount that earns the goal kick. St. Kitts and Nevis, before they'll take that goal kick, they'll tend to the shoelaces of Julani Archibald. '68 saves in Nations League play for Archibald. Played upfield. Challenging for the loose ball, Bravo. It comes away for Cuba. Moved centrally by Hernandez. Bravo turns on it and cross the midway line. Switch of play coming off. Going out of play. Throw in now for St. Kitts and Nevis. Perez trying that switch to the far side. No nonsense on the header. Put right back out of play. Austin Huggins, 36 caps for St. Kitts and Nevis as a midfielder across his career. Head coach for St. Kitts since 2022. Side bouncing out of Group C, getting promotion, or League C, I should say. Shot from distance. First one of the match, it's speculative. It's a good first touch and a great pass forward on the break. Cuba, a chance, trying to square it across. Chance still here, off the goal line, blocked. Second chance, blocked as well. Clearances from St. Kitts and Nevis will come off over the top. Trying to get on the end of it. Paradella was selfless. You wondered if the chance was gone, but on two occasions, Cuba comes so close to opening the scoring in leg number 2. Flicked along. Strong challenge in the midfield by Camejo. And it's with Cuba now. Hernandez. Runner centrally and from out wide, opts for the central ball to Bravo. He's got a bit of space. His shot blocked. No nonsense from Burley. Miss-hit clearance, but on hand to sweep up Perez. After a small early spell of possession for St. Kitts and Nevis, the best chances of the match have gone the way of the hosts. No whistle from the referee on neither occasion. It's still with Cuba in the attack now. Hernandez carries it into the 18-yard box, trying to generate an angle that's well blocked by Maynard, and it rolls out for a Cuban throw-in. Perez launches the ball into the 6-yard box. It sits up, cleared away. That one last touching Cuba. St. Kitts and Nevis do well to defend that sequence. It's going to be a throw-in. Ball over the top, one to chase. Good touch out of the feet. Shade forced a little wider than he may like. He's able to poke that ball to Sawyers. It was around this time that Romain Sawyers scored the opener in the first leg match. Sawyers threads the ball forward. Just can't quite get the footwork right, and in the end, Morgado has to help out. Kwani Williams trying to make life difficult. It's bad enough done defensively from Bravo. Archibald. Shade gets ahead to it. Overhead kick forward by Bravo. Trying to make life difficult was Paradella, captain for this Cuba team. Archibald. Perez gets ahead to the ball from the goalkeeper. Quickly taken throw in. Pass turned over. Rolled forward for the run of Camejo. Two in red in the box. Good footwork and a good pass into the area. Stepped on, cleared away by St. Kitts and Nevis, but Cuba again knocking on the door after two earlier chances were blocked off the goal line. No shot coming from that sequence, but again, dangerous in the attack for Cuba. They move on the right-hand side. Ball forward is blocked, and it's going to be a first corner kick of the match for either side. First one going the way of Cuba. Let's look back to that huge chance here. Over the top, running onto it. Paradella just drags it across. Able to get something on it was Onel Hernandez, trying to help out as well. And just keep things dangerous in the box. Looked like it may have been Yasnier Matos. Matos and Hernandez both denied by some last-ditch defending from St. Kitts and Nevis. There's going to be some quick words in the 6-yard box. Paradella with the corner kick. Over everybody's head, but Camejo can get something to it and keep the play alive. Camejo. Cleared high, not away. Nodded back towards goal. And Archibald always favored to get to that after the header from Morejon. Perez knocks it out of play. Good work from Perez to poke it away from Williams. Piedra given some room to carry this ball forward. His pass, though, stepped on. Hanley trying to drive away with it, but it's taken back by Cuba. Matos. Hernandez. Matos clips this one into the area. Archibald able to claim. Delgado not able to work an angle to attack that ball into the area. Good work through the middle. Continuing the run, but it's blocked off. Piedra trying to do it all himself. Good counter-pressing work from Cuba. And it pays off. Rolled along. Just keeping things difficult. In the end, Archibald able to claim. Two captains challenging for that loose ball. It's the St. Kitts captain. Throws it into play to Williams. Perez, hot on his heels. Off Perez. Throw in for the visitors. Williams pokes it forward. Sawyers, low ball. Top of the area, onto the right. Well blocked, cleared away. Tyrese Shade trying to get that shot on frame. That's going to be a free kick going against St. Kitts and Nevis. Camejo fouled. Over the top, it's a well-weighted ball. Picks out Delgado. Camejo. Delgado, left-footed ball into the area, flicked along. It will make its way to Onel Hernandez. Hernandez showing off his footwork. Matos thought about a shot, his pass blocked. tussle between him and Williams. It's a foul going against Matos. And a free kick for St. Kitts and Nevis. Another look at the foul there. Just caught the wrong side, Matos was. Hernandez. Morejon spies the ball over the top. Archibald, who's been very involved in dealing with these passes over the top, claims. Huggins looking on. His side, a 2-1 aggregate lead before leg number 2. Perez wins the header. Hernandez trying to return it forward. Well, it's going to be a free kick. In the process of trying to skip around Hernandez, there was a foul. Malik Roberts, Hernandez. Quick talking to from our head referee. As we see it again, just trying to get past him. Morgado to Piedra. Morejon. No nonsense from Malik Roberts. Matos. Space on the right foot, drags that shot just wide. Yasnier Matos with 2 goals in the Concacaf Nations League. It's dangerous to allow him that much space. Top of the box, he found that pocket, and I think he'll want that chance back. Just ripping his effort wide of goal. Rolled through the middle, Paradella, it comes off, and save made by Archibald. Tame in the end. Pedro Bravo having a crack. Delgado trying to get on the end of this. Did he keep it in play? He did. It's pushed away. Bravo gets a touch to it in the box. There's a question. Referee waves it away. Certainly a bit of contact in the area. The referee didn't feel it was enough to award a penalty. Cuba in the 96th minute had A penalty appeal denied in that first leg. A great weighted ball in the box. Good defensive work. Andre Burley able to seal things off, and Archibald can fall on it. Piedra. Matos. Hernandez caught in two minds. Does he make a step to try and get to the ball? Does he let it run across him? Got his feet tangled. Neither happened, and it's a throw-in now for St. Kitts and Nevis. Visiting side with an interesting outlook through 22 minutes. They enter the day, of course, up 2-1 on aggregate. If the match should end 0-0, they would find themselves the happier of the two teams. They would advance to the prelim phase for the 2025 Concacaf Gold Cup. We haven't seen outright time wasting, but you've seen from Archibald that there's no rush, able to fall on the ball. They know that the onus is on Cuba to be the side that attack and get themselves back into the game. Headers flicked along, just tossed over the top, headed back to Morgado by Perez. Paradella with some footwork. Turned over. St. Kitts and Nevis. Outside of the boot pass, ambitious, and it just about runs too far, but referee was letting play run after a foul by Cuba. And it's a free kick for the visitors. Cuba have looked like the likelier of the two teams to score the opener in our match in Santiago today. It's going to be a free kick in the first yellow of our match. Andre Burley just beaten to it by Luis Paradella. And Burley, who scored the winner in leg one, is the first player to be booked by either side. Paradella very lively in the first 25 minutes. See him just flick that past Burley, and the old adage, either ball or man can get past you, not both. Ball got past Burley, not Paradella. For his troubles, a yellow card and a free kick in a promising spot for Cuba. Out of shooting range unless it's something magical. A chance for Paradella, who scored the only goal for Cuba in leg one, to turn provider. His low delivery, underwhelming, headed away. Camejo. Matos trying to hold up play. Cleared. Will be a throw in for Cuba. And with that, a chance for A first half hydration break for both teams. 90 degrees at Estadio Antonio Maceo. A match that was bumped a bit earlier in the afternoon. The heat going to be a big factor. We'll see how both teams try and dip into their benches to factor in the challenges that this afternoon will pose. Closest Cuba came to scoring in that first half was that flurry of chances. Within 10 minutes, had 2 shots blocked on the goal line by St. Kitts and Nevis. Very importantly, because of away goals, if there's just the 1 goal for Cuba, they find themselves heading through. Play resuming, nearing the half-hour mark as Piedra brings it forward and plays it to Delgado. He had a run from Matos, opts to slide it back. Hernandez returns it to the left back. Bravo. Perez. Casanova playing that forward, keeps the run going. Elvis Casanova keeps it in. Paradella in the box. Finds an option. Fired off the post. It's a goal kick. So close again, Cuba, to scoring. Michael Camejo this time. As Luis Paradella began to move away from goal, he sprinted forward, a really well-worked move, and just inches away from bringing us level on aggregate. What a pass. Good first touch out of his feet. And going to that near post, he has Archibald beaten if he has the placement just a little bit more to the left. It's going to be another yellow card. A free kick going against St. Kitts and Nevis. Past the half-hour mark. Mervyn Lewis this time round joins Andre Burley in the pocket. Another chance from a set piece for Paradella. Four assists in Nations League play, leads Cuba. This one will go clipped towards that right-hand side. It's dealt with. A chance now for Shade to try and carry it away. Paradella blocks the clearance, and it's a goal kick. Castillo looking on for Cuba. Good strength shown. Perez wins it. Fires a ball into the area. Pushed away, cleared away. But is right back with Cuba. St. Kitts and Nevis can't get out of their own half. Under a ton of pressure as Piedra carries it forward. On the turn. Low ball is going to find Hernandez. He can get to it and keep it in play. Bit of space to deliver the right-footed ball. Dangerous. Pushed to the top of the box. Sawyer's able to just clear this one away. And this pass can't link up with Shade. Stepping across Morejon. Bravo. Hernandez. Headed towards goal. Be wide and too strong. Paradella can't keep it in play. Perez, step overs onto the right foot. Getting a toe in to defend was Williams. Squirms away. Now a chance maybe for St. Kitts and Nevis, but the outlet pass underwhelming. Asking too much of Tuquani Williams. Hernandez, a foot race. It's kept in play. Malik Roberts trying to see that out for a goal kick. Paradella, Matos. Paradella in the area, squaring it across on the turn, trying to find an angle. It's blocked away. Hernandez, point blank. Great block. Camejo keeps it alive. Lot of pressure from Cuba. Perez, his delivery, bounces along. Delgado trying to get there. His attempt at a shot results in a foul, and a frustrated Yunelis Castillo looks on. As somehow Cuba have not found the opener. Dangerous ball in, bounces all the way through, and Delgado just a high boot in the end. Brave challenge to get to that one first. Really well worked from Raheem Hanley. Referee will whistle for a foul. Bit of a challenge after the ball was pushed away. That's near Matos, leaving a challenge in on Mervyn Lewis. Maynard. Burley Swings it to Hanley. It's poked through. Good recovery challenge. Cuba can carry it away. 4 in the attack against 4 defending. Paradella. What a challenge. No nonsense from Mervyn Lewis. He may need a moment to collect himself, but being on a yellow card, he had to get that challenge exactly right, and he did. In doing so, he's had a bit of personal sacrifice, Lewis. May have been that elbow at the very end that have been of the biggest source of discomfort, inadvertent, from Paradella, who was just falling to the ground after a big challenge. Swung into the 18-yard box, pushed away. From distance, Delgado, his shot knuckles wide. Ball over the top comes off. And it's a rare attacking foray from St. Kitts and Nevis. Perez ahead to it, and Piedra keeps it from going out for a corner. Delgado, center back, first time with the left foot. Hanley. Lewis plays it to Roberts. First time flick attempted, doesn't come off. Paradella gets ahead to it, pushes it forward to Hernandez. He's one-on-one, drives it onto the right foot. Hernandez, does he have an angle? He finds the bottom corner. Finally, Cuba have their goal. Onel Hernandez. 1-0 on the day, 2-2 on aggregate. And you can't say they don't deserve it. Paradella did very well to play that one forward into his path. He had just one option with him in the attack, and Maynard in front of him got a cross onto the right foot. What a finish from Hernandez. Some good work as well from Yasser Matos to drag the center back, block the goalkeeper's vision, make things difficult. Just before halftime, a goal that changes the outlook. Not just the day, but the two-legged affair. That one last touched Maynard, it's out. A corner for Cuba, who are in a lot of confidence right now. Can they drive on, take the lead outright on aggregate? Here's Hernandez, fresh off his goal. Gets past one. Hernandez given some space, plays it across, saved by Archibald and cleared away. St. Kitts and Nevis reeling. 4 minutes plus stoppage time until we hit halftime. Cuba will have no interest in getting a break, trying to keep things going. Saved after the shot by Bravo, cleared away by Burley. Thrown back in. Casanova pokes it into the box. It's not fully dealt with. That one is fully dealt with. Hernandez. Perez. May have been a shot directed wayward. Paradella couldn't get ahead to redirect it towards goal. And it's out for St. Kitts and Nevis. Goal kick. Two-two on aggregate. That away goal is what is going to be currently sending Cuba through. So if this result holds, it'll be Cuba who advance. Luis Paradella's away goal proving to have the biggest weight of the four that have been scored in our match and a half that we've played between these two sides during this international window. Roberts throw in, cleared by Morejon. Roberts. Swung across, over hit. Trying that one, Tyrese Shade. Clever from Elvis Casanova. Earns the throw in. Entering the day, Cuba, the side that had the pressure, had to score if they wanted to advance. Now as we near halftime, that pressure has swung to the rivals, their visitors, St. Kitts and Nevis. Paradella lifts this one forward, finds an option in the box, trying to generate the angle. Will it come across? No, Matos trying to have a shot. Delgado cushions it down. Perez moves it to Casanova. His delivery cleared away by Burley. Tyrese Shade goes down, holding his face. Referee will stop play. No free kick with it, but wants to make sure that Shade is another look at this. A tussle between Shade and Piedra. Referee lets Cuba maintain possession as we're back underway. Two minutes added on at the end of our first half. The goal, the hydration break, the two major sources of delays in our first half. That's going to be a foul. Camejo. Back to Morgado. Hernandez, a good turn, rolls the ball forward. Matos gets it out of his feet. Great challenge. And it's a corner kick now. Maybe one of the last moments of our first half. Strong challenge put in by Malik Roberts. The goal came from a run down this left-hand side of the attack from Cuba. It was Yasir Matos receiving from Onel Hernandez. His touch a bit too central. Let Roberts step in. As we near the minimum of the two added on. Juani Williams told to retreat. Beyond 10 yards, it's rolled into Onel Hernandez. Matos swings it across. Thought about a shot. Now on the left, cuts it into the box. It sits up point blank, and it's tapped home for 2-0. Yosel Piedra at the right place at the right time. And on the doorstep of halftime, Piedra on the doorstep of the goal puts it away. Big question will be, was it offsides? May have been offsides on Delgado. No VAR. Delgado may have been offsides, who cushioned it for Piedra. And in 2 minutes of stoppage time, Cuba make it 2-0, 3-2 on aggregate now, the hosts lead. That will do it for our first 45 minutes. A half controlled by Cuba, took the lead from Onel Hernandez, a great individual effort. And just moments ago, right before halftime, a bit of controversy, and St. Kitts and Nevis find themselves down 2-0 on the day and 3-2 on aggregate as we break for halftime at Estadio Antonio Maceo. Moments away from our second half between Cuba, St. Kitts, and Nevis. Currently, Cuba up 2-0. Onel Hernandez, Yosel Piedra, the goal scorers in that first half. 2 changes made by St. Kitts and Nevis at the break. Kamari Rogers coming into the match, as well as Taekwon Terrell, making way Tyrese Shade and Johannes Mitchum. 2 players who didn't get the biggest hold and control on that match. We'll see how those changes for Austin Hudgens pan out. A half where you saw in those stats, it was 12-1 in shots in favor of Cuba. And those stats backed up a half that really was dominated by Cuba. St. Kitts and Nevis, a bit of control in the first few moments. But the second half was all the home side, who now lead on aggregate. We are back underway from Estadio Antonio Maceo. Cuba, St. Kitts, and Nevis. As Cuba entered the day down 2-1 on aggregate, they now hold a 3-2 lead. Overhead kick clears that one upfield. Amari Sterling James. Free kick now and a chance from a set piece. As you see those subs, top left of your screen will be dropped. Terrell, as well as Rogers, coming into the match. Amari Sterling James, a player who was very influential in that first leg with 2 assists. Not sure we said his name much at all in that first half. Mervyn Lewis drawing the free kick. Sterling James, the free kick, cleared away. And it's turned over. Cuba now, a chance on the break. Paradella, 2 with him in the attack. He's forced to slow down his dribble. Steps over, finds the shot with his left, and it's saved by Julani Archibald. Quickly launches the ball forward. It's going to be allowed to run. Throw in, St. Kitts and Nevis. As we see again the shot from Paradella. Draws a save from Archibald, one you expect him to make. If there is a silver lining for St. Kitts and Nevis, it's that because of that impressive first leg performance, they don't need to turn it all around in regulation to keep things going. As we see a free kick for an overzealous challenge from Cuba. Should St. Kitts and Nevis score 1 goal, it would bring it back to 3-3 on aggregate, 1 away goal apiece, and that would be the one scenario in which we would have extra time and penalties if needed in our encounter between these 2 sides. Paradella turns. Challenge from behind. Well done by Lewis. Throwing for St. Kitts and Nevis. Over the top. Chance for a one-on-one. What a challenge coming from behind. Great work, Dariel Morejon. Chases down his opponent. And in a spot where the tackle has to be perfect or else he risks being sent off. Wins it back for Cuba, who are now in the attack. Paradella plays it in the box, returned. Paradella makes it 3. Cuba cruising. 3-0 on the day, 4-2 on aggregate. A remarkably impressive performance from Cuba. Plays the 1-2 with Yasnir Matos. Paradella now makes it 2 goals in 2 against St. Kitts and Nevis. Goal that gives him now a 2-goal margin on aggregate. And it means that St. Kitts and Nevis now have to score 2 goals. And they would hold an edge on away goals, but considering the way the match is headed across 50 minutes, it's a tough task ahead for the visiting side. It's now a goal and an assist for Luis Paradella. Turning it into a really good international window. Throwing for Cuba to Paradella, won it back. Brave header from Delgado to get to it first. Only finds the goalkeeper Archibald. Launches this ball forward. Good footwork. Recovery challenge from Morejon. Offers the support. Frustration from Taquani Williams. He felt that his challenge was clean. Referee said it was a foul. Michael Camejo, the player, fouled. A quick word between the referee and Williams. Played across, aiming for Sterling James. No nonsense from Casanova. Clean challenge. Terrell winning it back, throws off another. In the end, enough to earn a throw. Low ball, it's going to be left. Good call from Morgado. Goalkeeper able to claim. It's going to be a high boot going against Williams. Good work from Casanova. Drop of the shoulder. Trying the first time pass was Rogers. Turns it over. Now a chance on the break for Cuba again. Already one goal in the second half in transition. That shot parried away by Archibald. It's a corner to come. Yasnir Matos assisting the third goal with the 1-2. Wanted one of his own. Draws a good save out of Archibald. Another change now can be made. Pair of them for St. Kitts and Nevis. Low ball, I think it's like deflection. Archibald claims. Ordell Fleming, Kalanji Clark both coming into the game. Mari Sterling James, Mervyn Lewis, the two players who make way in a match that Cuba leads 4-2 on aggregate, 3-0 on the day. Appeals for a back pass there, and they not answered. Played it with his thigh. Over the top, St. Kitts and Nevis trying to get this one into the 18-yard box, cleared away by Piedra. Clip at the heels. The pressure gone. Another look here. Hits it with the thigh and then sees it out. No back pass there. But it's Cuba again in the attack. Paradella trying to play that one across, blocked. It will be a corner kick to come. Luis Paradella, an absolute handful for the St. Kitts and Nevis defense to deal with. Paradella goes short. 4 in red in the box. Let's play it again to that far side of the field. Trying the 1-2. Camejo can't keep that alive. Good header from Perez. Steps past one challenge. This pass is going to force Delgado into a sprint, one that he can't quite get on the end of. Foul from behind. It's a free kick. Delgado cutting across Clark. Recent substitute. Just leaves that left foot in. Great strength from Delgado. Good defensive work to take it away. Completes the task by earning the throw in. It's a foul from behind. Archibald slides it forward, past the hour mark. Thoroughly impressive performance from Cuba. St. Kitts and Nevis showing some signs of life in these last few moments, and they're in the 18-yard box now. Cut back, cleared away, Piedra. It'll stay in the attack, won't go out of play. Williams rolls it forward, fired right in front of goal, point blank, saved and cleared. Returned, top of the box, still St. Kitts and Nevis, and a good challenge to carry it away. Yasnir Matos trying to deal with that defensive threat. Referee playing advantage, a chance still here. Rolled forward, Casanova lets it run. He's one-on-one, puts it just wide and it can't be tapped home. Cuba so close to a fourth goal that may have all but sealed the results on aggregate. End-to-end stuff. We saw this from Michael Camejo, just sealing off Kalanji Clark. Paradella rolling that. It was really well done there from Elvis Casanova. Just let it run. Andre Burley overran it. Well done by Jelani Archibald to close down the angle, make things more difficult. After all that chaos, a goal kick for St. Kitts and Nevis. Flicked along, return pass too heavy. Runs out, throw in for Cuba. A pause allowing for the yellow card for Kalonji Clark. That advantage was played after that foul. Both teams fighting for this one. Comes away with a free kick for St. Kitts and Nevis. Look after the free kick. Now a chance for some changes for Cuba. Those will take place after this next stoppage in play. Cuba wins it back. A few options in the attack. They'll slow things down. There's no need to stretch if not necessary, but also a chance for Onel Hernandez to try and pull off some more magic. Already 1 goal on the day. Hernandez turns it to the end line, looking for an option in support. He'll get a corner in the end. A chance now for some substitutions. Alejandro Delgado make way, as will Onel Hernandez, that being his last contribution on the match. Scored the opener, equalized things on aggregate. And generally a massive threat for the Cuban attack. Mario Torres, Ray Angel coming into the match. Luis Paradella. I'll have to wait a moment to take his corner kick. Paradella, out-swinging corner kick to the near post. Flicked along. Low shot. Parried away and saved. Giuliani Archibald did well to block that one. May have been an offsides call. Offsides going against Cuba. St. Kitts and Nevis surviving another one there. Clipped into the 18-yard box. Bravo gets ahead to it. It's kept away from a corner, only a throw-in given up. All things considered, preferable from a Cuba perspective. Great switch. Going down under the challenge, it's going to be a free kick. Michael Camejo brought down. Yellow card produced. It was for a hand that struck the face of Camejo. See that left hand just come up from Raheem Hanley. Hanley booked. Becomes the fourth St. Kitts and Nevis player to be booked in the match. 4 yellows for St. Kitts and Nevis, none for Cuba. 3 goals for Cuba, none for St. Kitts and Nevis. Casanova. It's played forward. Flag stays down. Torres. Bravo. A slip as he tried to control it. Ball over the top. Kept onside. Squared across goal. And in the end, good defensive work from Yosel Piedra. There have been a few attacking options for St. Kitts and Nevis down that right-hand side, but the passes centrally have just not been of the quality necessary. Camejo. Torres. Gets his feet sorted and clips that pass forward, but it hits the chest of Karel Perez, who concedes possession for the throw-in. As we pass over 70 minutes, it'll be our second half hydration break for both teams. Still a very hot day in Santiago de Cuba. But really, it's an incredibly impressive performance from the home side. There have been a few attacking options in the second half from St. Kitts and Nevis, but after a first half where they were more or less shut out of the match. A very deserving 3-0 lead for Cuba. We can look now at the goals that have gotten them to a 3-0 lead today. A great move from Onel Hernandez to get it onto his right foot. Just generates that space. A shot that Jelani Archibald can't get down quick enough for. That one in the 40th minute. A great opener after a first half where they dominated but just couldn't quite get it across the goal line. That first one, a fantastic shot, and we'll see here a good angle. The pass will be flicked along inside the 18-yard box after it's made, and you'll see Alejandro Delgado certainly in an offside position as it's had up for Yosel Piedra. They'll be a bit thankful that that one wasn't called against Cuba, but Piedra made no mistake about it. And then a brilliant 1-2 that was eventually placed in the back of the net. Luis Paradela, after a great match up to that point, plays the 1-2 with Yasnier Matos as things become 3 goals to 0. We're back underway after our hydration break. St. Kitts and Nevis trying that long ball forward, only for Morgado. That was a historic win back on November 14th for St. Kitts and Nevis, a first ever win against Cuba. Back to that in a moment as the home side win the ball back. Well played pass. A lot of options for Cuba in the attack to the back post and somehow over the goal. Michael Camejo with the left foot just gets under the shot, and it stays just 3-0 Cuba. Yasnier Matos had 3 options to pick out. It went all the way to the back post, and Camejo may have overran it slightly, may have hopped slightly in front of him. It's one that he will want back. But after a really impressive first leg, 2-1, St. Kitts and Nevis took that match in the first leg, first ever win against Cuba. It's been an excellent response to that setback. Here are St. Kitts and Nevis, who aren't fully out of this tie as of yet. Away goals mean they don't need to get all 3 back today. They need just 2. And they earn a free kick in a spot that presents options. Another sub. Vani Amori coming in for Romain Sawyers, the final sub. Sawyers making way. Amory coming in. With 15 minutes to go, St. Kitts and Nevis, if they can score from this set piece opportunity, would certainly find themselves right back in this match and in the aggregate affair altogether. The shot saved. In the end, right at Morgado. It's going to be a foul going against Paradella. Amory went one-on-one with Casanova. Good strength from the fullback. That's a Cuba throw-in. Rolled forward. Paradella rounds the goalkeeper. Trying the tight angle, hits the post. Luis Paradella trying to get his brace on a match where he has just been utterly dominant. Chance now for some Cuba subs. Angel Casanova, as well as Michael Reyes, both coming into the game. Luis Paradella, what a performance from him it was today. 1 goal, 1 assist, almost scoring another just a moment ago with his shot hitting the post. Michael Camejo also making way. He'll be frustrated he didn't get a goal, and what was a good performance from him as well. 4 subs made now by Cuba, all 5 made by St. Kitts and Nevis. referee waving away any appeals from a penalty for St. Kitts and Nevis. The threats on the counterattack continue for Cuba. And that shot just getting under it over the bar. And that's a goal kick for St. Kitts and Nevis. This one kept in play. Casanova. Ball actually went out of play for a throw. Bring it back. Going the way of St. Kitts and Nevis. And there's going to be a yellow card produced as well. Huge challenge put in. Straight red card. Goes from bad to worse for St. Kitts and Nevis. Down 3-0, they'll end the day down to 10 men. Just not a good challenge. Raheem Hanley, he was on a yellow card, and if that one wasn't a yellow on its own, opting for the straight red card. Raheem Hanley giving his marching orders. Casanova also booked, Daniel Casanova, before that red card, leading to a bit of the frustration that ultimately culminated in the St. Kitts and Nevis red card to Raheem Hanley. I think if there was any chance of St. Kitts and Nevis staging a late comeback on the day, that has more or less been wiped out. Casanova into the 18-yard box, goes down under the challenge. It's a penalty. Frustrations from St. Kitts and Nevis, a chance for 4 goals on the day. Protests. You dangle the left foot like that, you run the risk of the foul being called. Certainly Elvis Casanova leaned into the contact, but it's hard to argue that there was nothing in that. Diego Casasus is coming into the match. Making way, Pedro Bravo. Michael Reyes standing over this penalty. Puts it away. Cuba 4, St. Kitts and Nevis 0. Reyes off the bench gets involved on the scoring. No nonsense from Reyes. Send the goalkeeper the wrong way. That's a foul going against Cuba. Hungry for more in front of their home fans. They fell 2-1 in that first leg 4 days ago. They've responded perfectly and lead 5-2 on aggregate. They will advance now to the 2025 Concacaf Gold Cup preliminary stage. Those will take place in June of 2025. Good strength shown. Aniel Casanova. Cuba looking for more, rolled into the box. Reyes offsides. Michael Reyes scored that penalty moments ago. Just a little too early, over eager in his run to try and get another off the bench. Watch through the middle. That run from Reyes. Another offside flag goes up. tempers flaring. Yellow card produced, going the way of Ray Angel. Ray Angel booked. Free kick, St. Kitts and Nevis. In the final stages of our match. Just 2 minutes will be added on at the end of 90. Cadel Perez is down, getting that left leg stretched out. Referee likely instructing Perez to have the treatment done off the field. Let the final 2 minutes of the match play out. They'll hope it's nothing lingering for Perez, just a bit of cramp at the end of a hotly contested match through 90 minutes. Cuba now 10v10 for a moment, but they've got a lot of numbers forward. Good pass along, still options with them in the attack. Cut back, low shot blocked, cleared up and away by Maynard. We've had two, but likely a few more after that injury pause. Casanova. Really strong challenge put in. And it's a throw in for Cuba. Challenge from behind by Piedra. His goal, the one that made it 2-0 on the day, 3-2 on aggregate. They had a lead on away goals before that goal, but that one before halftime may have been the one in the end that really began to swing things fully Cuba's way. That will do it. Cuba 4, St. Kitts and Nevis 0. And Cuba earn a spot in the 2025 Concacaf Gold Cup prelims, courtesy of a 5-2 aggregate win over St. Kitts and Nevis. A comprehensive result, goals from Manuel Hernandez, Yosel Piedra, Luis Paradella, and Mako Reyes in the 87th minute as part of an incredibly impressive 4-0 win for a first victory over St. Kitts and Nevis in over 20 years. Back in a moment for highlights to wrap up our broadcast this afternoon. Wrapping up an impressive day for the home side, Cuba. Final score, Cuba 4, St. Kitts and Nevis 0. We'll see the goals for this one. Onel Hernandez on that ball forward from Luis. And it's a great finish with that right foot. Just puts it in the bottom left corner. Makes things 1-0. Important in that 40th minute to get the goal scoring started. In the end, you see a bit of work from Yasnier Matos as well to drag the center back, block the goalkeeper's vision, as that made things 1-0. And then just moments before halftime, a goal that really swung things the way of Cuba. It was certainly offsides against Alejandro Delgado, who ends up flicking this one centrally for Yosel Piedra, who's able to just put that one away, make things 2-0. That one happening in 45+2, really harmful on a St. Kitts and Nevis front. Then they were really stretched, trying to go and get themselves back into the game. A great 1-2 comes off here. Luis Paradella able to get onto it. You saw him with that first one, getting the assist, gets his own goal with this great 1-2 between him and Yasnier Matos. Slides that one past the goalkeeper, makes things 3-0. And a bit of a outstretched left foot, poor challenge, results in a penalty. Gives a chance for one more goal for Cuba. You dangle that left leg, you run the risk. Stepping up to the spot, off the bench, Miguel Reyes puts it away, no nonsense. Goalkeeper goes the wrong side, and in the 87th minute, Reyes wraps up the scoring, making it Cuba 4, St. Kitts and Nevis 0. What a performance it was indeed from Cuba. Wrap things up looking at our stats after this match between these two sides, and the stats tell the story there. Cuba 21-3 and shots, 4-0 on the scoreline in what was an incredibly impressive performance for them. They win 5-2 on aggregate and earn a spot in the 2025 Concacaf Gold Cup prelims. For our entire production crew, I'm Jack Edwards saying so long from Santiago de Cuba. Final score, Cuba 4, St. Kitts and Nevis 0.